Good afternoon, students. I, Dr. Sarika Gautam, welcome you all in today's session on Logbook 1. I hope you I hope you all have already started submitting your set 1 and set 2 assignments. I hope my screen is visible. Can somebody confirm, please? You can unmute or you
Yes.
can write in the chat. Yeah, thank you. Yes. So we'll start with the session, Logbook 1. As you are already aware, Logbook 1 is a practical course. As you are aware that we have a total 6 theory courses and 1 logbook, which is a practical course, which carries 100 marks and it is of 4 credits. There are two kinds of submission of logbook. One is a continuous assessment and second is a term and assessment. So logbook 1 and logbook 2 is a part of a continuous assessment. So today's session is on logbook 1. I will conduct a separate session on logbook 2. So, logbook 1, which is a continuous assignment, and logbook 2, it is also part of continuous assessment. So, that submission timelines are 15th of January and 15th of March. And final submission for logbook 3, which is a part of a department specific report, which carries 30 marks, and the submission timeline is 15th of April. So total 30 marks, 40 marks plus 30 marks, total is of like 100 marks. So there won't be any separate exam or viva for logbook 3. Your submission of department specific report shall be considered as your final submission. So now let's talk about how to prepare logbook 1. So logbook 1, I hope you have already received your authority letter. So for logbook 1, you have to select a minimum 50 bedded hospital. So the idea behind selecting 15 bedded 50 bedded hospital is to have a maximum access to the different facilities of the hospital. If we select 50 bedded hospital, so maximum activities will be happening in that hospital. So you will have an exposure to maximum activities and processes of the hospital. For that matter only, we have kept it 50 bedded. If at all, you can select more than that, like 100, 500, 700 bedded hospital. You can establish contact with the hospital with the help of authority letter. You can show that authority letter to the hospital that you are a bona fide student of Symbiosis School for Online and Digital Learning. And based on that, they will allow you to collect the data. And you have to jot down your observation under the format for logbook 1, 2, and 3. So for logbook 1, we have already shared with you format. What are the requirements are there to prepare the logbook 1. So initially you have to take the primary details of the hospital. So the hospital, what kind of hospital you are selecting, whether it is a multi-speciality hospital, it is a polyclinic, it is a single speciality hospital, it is a cancer speciality hospital or gynec hospital, nursery center, okay, whatever, nursing center. Okay, that way you have to write down the type of the hospital. You have to write the location of that hospital. Whether that hospital is located in the vicinity of the hospital city, or it is in the rural area, or it is in the far away from the city, how the accessibility of that location is, whether it is accessed by the only private vehicles or the public transport is also available. You will also ask about the total area of the hospital. How much the area, like how much approximate you have to write down the area. You will write down the bed strength of that hospital. How much bedded that hospital is, whether it is a 120 bedded, 150, 50, 100, whatever. And you have to note down the services provided by your hospital. Services provided means what kind of facilities are there, whether it is a only the basic facilities are provided, whether it has a diagnostic facilities also. Is there any super tertiary care specialties also there? So you will write in detail about the basic details about your selected hospital. So these are the details about the primary details of the hospital. The second is a circulation. And herein, I would like to tell you, like you should not write in a bullets that we have mentioned the headings for your reference. So under these heading, you have to write in a descriptive format because the weightage to this submission is 30 marks. So based on that, you have to prepare your report. It should not short. It should not too short. It should not too long. It should be sufficient for the 30 marks. So the second is the circulation. So circulation means circulation of crowd or the traffic in the hospital. So herein we will talk about the entry and exit of patient and staff. Is there any separate entrance and exit for the patients, or that hospital is having the same entrance and exit, right? So you need to see like how the crowd is managed outside the hospital. You have to also talk about like whether there is a separate area for entry of the staffs in the hospital, whether to manage the crowd in the hospital. So you will also see like how the materials are the different kind of traffic which is coming to the hospital. So first is a patient, second is a visitors, the materials, right? The required material instrument which is coming to the hospital, how it is coming, whether it is coming from the main entrance or is there any separate area to carry this material into the hospital. Also, there is a waste management. Waste is also circulated in the hospital, right? The waste is carried from one department to the other department, storage, and then to the last disposal of the waste, right? So how the waste is carried inside the hospital and how it is taken away from the hospital and whether where it is kept and when it is going to be finally disposed of. So internal movement of the support services staff means like the housekeeping people or the watchmen who are managing security people in the hospital. So how at what time the housekeeping people are doing their job, whether they have given a designated time, in on that time only they are doing. Because if at all the housekeeping people are doing cleaning work, at that time only the round of the hospital is uh, decided, or the waste is also carried at the same time when the people are doing cleaning. At the same time, waste is also carried away from one place to other. At that time, only visitors are also there. So there will be a chaos in the hospital, and a hospital will look like any kind of a bazaar, right? So that way, so there is a designated timings are being given to these for carrying out different activity or not, right? So housekeeping people should do their job early in the morning, right? After that, there is a round of a doctor usually happens, right? So later, the doctor will move for the consultation to the OPD, right? After that, the dietary people, the breakfast time should be different from the hospital doctor's round, right? So you need to see all these things in the hospital when you are visiting. You may you may not actually interact, or you may not actually speak with these people, but yes, you have to do the silent observation of the how it is happening in the hospital. If you ask them, they will tell you yes, this is what we are doing in the hospital, but you need to observe it whether really it is causing any chaos and all the activities are happening or overlapping at the same time or not, right? Whenever you ask them, they will tell you the laid down processes, but actual what is happening, that you need to observe. So this is how related to, you will also see for like how the materials and the instrument in the hospital is received, like whether there is a separate entrance for loading and unloading of the goods in the hospital. Usually in the big hospital, there is a separate entrance, usually in the back side of the hospital, there is a separate gate, and from there the materials are loaded. Materials are unloaded into the hospital, and the material manager and all will take a note of it. They will maintain their register, right? So that way you will observe about circulation of traffic in the hospital. You will also see availability of the lift, ramp, how it is managed, right? Whether from the lift, which patient we are carrying from one department, one ward to other ward, and from that same lift, are they carrying the waste or not, right? That also you will have to observe. Regarding parking in the hospital, so you will also see like where is there any separate area for the parking of the visitors and the parking of the staff is available or not, right? So what kind of parking is there, whether it is a single layer or multi-layer parking. Usually in the multi-speciality hospital and in the metro, there is a usually multi-level parking available. Whether the parking is available or they are parking outside of the hospital anywhere where there is no designated place allocated for the parking of the vehicles. Especially why we are looking at this, because we have to see the convenience of the patient and the visitors also, because they are our customer, right? So we will look for that aspect also. So next is the signages. As you are aware, the hospital environment has been designed and constructed in such a way that to facilitate the orientation to the patients and the visitors. So you will signages means like how the department, hospital, the lifts, the fire safety doors, fire alarms, fire extinguishers, everything is at place with proper labels are there or not. So every time we need not ask everything in the hospital, right? Many times we just read the signages and we go to that particular place. The arrows are being put like you have to, for the lift you have to go to right side, left side, whatever, right? So you have to observe in the hospital like how meticulously the hospital has written everything on the departments, on the walls, right? Where the directory is being put in the hospital or not, right? So orientation means like whether we anything should not obstacle any person who is visiting the hospital need not stuck to anywhere. Many a times he need not ask many things to the hospital or to the query desk or the may I help you desk. The hospital itself should speak with the patient for 70 to 80% of the time, right? So that way how your hospital is labeled correctly or not. And as per as per the guidelines of the government, whether it is bilingual, how they have written in which language it is written, that also you will look for it. For writing this logbook report, you can use photographs. I forgot to mention, from starting to end, you can use photographs to make your report. So it will give a visual impact to the evaluator while evaluating your logbook, right? So you may if you find anything which is very good or unique in the hospital, you can take a picture of it and you can label, write in your report. And herein you will write your remarks or suggestion. If at all it is there, if at all any good thing is there, you will write in your remark or suggestion that this is the best practice in XYZ hospital. Okay. Next is a green parameter. So with a view to minimize the exploitation of the resources, natural resources, how we are utilizing natural resources to increase the upkeep of our hospital, right? So green parameters are like we are utilizing maximum natural resources and minimizing the use of man-made resources, means the electricity or the fuel or the other things which we are using, water, right? So how we are minimizing the wastage of the resources. So basically, green parameter will have a, you have to observe, especially in the small hospital, the green parameters aspect may not be there, but yes, in the multi-speciality hospital, they must have made some provision. So like the maximum use of natural sunlight. So they are using, instead of using walls in the hospital, they are using the glasses. So with that help, the sunlight and the daylight is coming, right? So we are minimizing the use of electricity that way. So for indoor air quality, we are using maximum biophilia concept, right? We are using indoor plants to improve the air quality. So for housekeeping, we are utilizing the water which is used in the washing of the clothes or washing of the instrument or anywhere, right? So we can use that water in the for gardening purpose, or we can use that water in the flush, right? So that way, such kind of various systems are being adopted by many of the hospital. So how that, whether your hospital is energy efficient or not, right? What kind of material, building material they have used in a recently built hospital, like the building materials are utilized or used such way that it will minimize the wastage, and it will minimize the uh, use of man-made resources, right? So gardening and landscape, just now we talked about, right? They are using water, second use of water, they are using water which is used in the hospital in any of the area, that water we are using for the gardening purpose. So that way how green parameter works. If at all your hospital is not having, you can mention not applicable. Right? We are using maximum use of sunlight is also made for the electricity or for the washing of the instrument, the boiled water, instead of using any heater or anything, we are using sunlight for that matter, right? For washing the OTs and all. So next is the fire safety measures. So hospital has to be protected by the combination of the systems, including fire extinguisher, fire first aid, hose drills, where yard hydrants are also there, wetrizer, automatic sprinklers are there, right? So such kind of, in your hospital, what kind of fire safety instrument uh, measures are being adapted? Is there any manual for fire safety? How frequently they are doing the drills? Are there drills are being planned or not? Whether the evacuation plan is being put in place or not? Whether assembly area is also highlighted, whether the staffs are really aware about it or not. So you will write about it into the fire safety measures, and you will also write the your remark or suggestion if any. So this is the way the role of signages comes in into the picture, that like whether the fire exit signs, where the lift should not be used, and which stairs to be used, right? So everything is to be highlighted, is to be so whether it is available in your hospital or not, you will write. The refugee area is also mentioned or not. So next is a biomedical waste. Okay. So biomedical waste management rule 2016 is being practiced in your hospital or not? Like whether the staffs are being frequently trained about the segregation of the waste at the time of generation only, whether they are being frequently trained or monitored by their supervisor or not, right? So all the, how the waste is disposed of, like is there any on-site treatment of the infected instruments, needles, or waste which is generated or not, whether the all healthcare workers are being involved in handling of biomedical waste, are given regular training and immunization against diseases like hepatitis B and tetanus, right? So you will ask about it, whether the kind of waste generated in the hospital, whether it is being weighed or not, whether they are maintaining the register and it is updated regularly or not. If at all any major accident is caused by any caused during blast or needle prick injury, such kind of incident are being documented or not, uh, and remedial actions are being taken or not, right? So that way you can also put in pictures about it. Yes, so this is all related to the submission of logbook 1. So we have talked about the basic details of the hospital. About the hospital, you will write all the details, how much bedded, what are the facilities are available, right? And next is you will write about the circulation of traffic, internal traffic, external traffic, how uh, the materials are loading, unloading, and how the traffic is managed, whether there is a from the same entry and exit for the patient is there. So if at all it is there, so you can write in suggestion, right? There should be separate entrance and separate exit for the patient. So that way, how you can do it. You will write about the parking, fire safety measurement, green parameters, biomedical waste management. So regarding submission also, you will write about the you will log into LMS Wingspan and you will upload your details over there. So if you have any query, you can write your query in the chat box or you can unmute yourself. Yes, Dr. Rakesh, this session will be uploaded in the LMS. And similarly, I didn't get about authority letter. Kindly check your email. We have emailed to all the students about authority letter, which is a kind of a bona fide letter which states that students, um, you are a bona fide student of SSODL and you can provide that letter to the hospital wherever you are planning to collect the data. So this is all related to logbook 1 submission. Okay, so thank you for the and the session is the forum is open for this question, so you can put your queries in the chat. Yes, Arush, once you are done with your logbook 1, 2, and 3 submission, that time you have to submit your completion certificate. During logbook 1 and 2 submission, we don't want any kind of completion certificate, but yes, at the department specific report logbook 3, you have to submit your completion certificate. Um, Abhishek ji, anytime you can approach to hospital and start doing your logbook 1 preparation. Yes, Mishra ji, the specific requirement is like minimum 50 bedded hospital you have to select. Below 50 bedded, if you at all want to, we need to take approval from the authority because minimum requirement is 50 bedded. Okay. You can send me any email if you are facing any issue related to authority letter or anything. For any, Tanaji is saying, for any hospital where I visited, permission is required in return. Uh, It is up to you because you can always show to them authority letter since you are a bona fide student of SSODL. So they feel like, yes, you are authentic person, right? And especially, I would like to tell you one thing that students, those who are already working in the hospital or a part of a hospital, they can collect data from their own hospital. They need not go to any other hospital. Those who are already working in the hospital, they can collect data from that hospital. You need to submit it on first page of logbook 3. Logbook 1 due date is 15th of January. For logbook 2 and 3, I will take the session prior only. Prior means like because of examination at the institute, this session got delayed. I usually take 1 month prior only. For regarding logbook 2 and 3, we will take the session in the month of January and by February only. Okay. So you will, once you start visiting the hospital, that time only you can collect the data, right? So you need not visit hospital multiple times. Penal authority letter you are not taking from the hospital. Authority letter is a letter which we have provided to our students as a bona fide student. Okay, as a bona fide letter. Okay, so we don't want anything from the hospital. Okay, we just want at the end a completion certificate at the time of logbook 3. Okay, so we don't want anything in return from the hospital as long as hospital is not allowing you to collect the data. That time you may be required to show that certificate.